Hope you're all fierce. Welcome to The Performer's Path, the podcast where we delve into the highs and lows of the performance industry and beyond. If it's using your creative juices for onstage, in auditions, or those in-between jobs, we discuss it all with real people in the industry who've been there and got the t-shirt as a gift. By discussing audition rejections and success, we're taking away the fear of the unknown, whilst also giving vital tips for success. So let's tread the boards together in this week's episode. In our second episode with Chadd, we talk about honest and realistic aspirations and the meandering routes towards achieving them.
There is a group of colleges around the UK, and some outlets are better than others. I can tell you about this later if you want to know who.
Yes,
But one branch of the college, I had 3 submissions from them looking for representation, and I would say they were unrealistic. One girl said, my aspirations are to be in Back to the Future, Moulin Rouge, and Cats. Okay, right, an odd mix, but yeah, great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this girl couldn't walk in a pair of heels. She couldn't do a double pirouette.
Oh.
And tune is something that was a little bit foreign to her.
That was really nicely put. I'm so impressed with you right now.
I'm on my best behavior.
That was good, dude.
But you've got to be honest, and I'm never nasty. I can never be nasty to anybody. My concern is that the college is telling them that they can do this.
But it's possible. But so not giving them the step ladder. What I talk to my students about is a ladder to your aspiration. You've got to know what rungs are there. Never mind, have you even got that? So one of the rungs is a double pirouette, for example.
Yeah.
Have you managed that? Then you can step up to the next rung, step up to the next one.
Absolutely. And that end goal that might be there, you don't necessarily get that direct route to it. Sometimes you've got to go meander around. I had one girl from the Brighton Academy, gorgeous girl, was kind of struggling with auditions, and Spirit of the Dance, the Irish show.
Yeah.
She went in an audition and they liked her and they offered her a job. Now, the money for Spirit is rubbish.
Is it?
Absolute rubbish.
Oh.
But they offered her, so there was no guarantee of a job, but they offered her 2 weeks of Irish training.
Yes, please.
250 quid a week for Irish training. And I said to her, look, nothing's going on. Go and do it. What have you got to lose? There's 500 quid and you're going to have 2 weeks of Irish training. Yeah. She has now worked for Spirit on and off for the last couple of years, going to Niagara Falls, to Monte Carlo, to Dubai, to China.
Thanks.
Something that you've never trained in. You take that chance, so she's, instead of going there, she's gone, and then she managed to do something in the West End this week.
Wow, cool.
So sometimes it swings around about. A boy from Guildford learnt puppeteering on his first job, and now he's a puppeteer,
So who are these people? Tell me about Spirit. Who is that?
Lexi Finch, she's gorgeous. Josh has now left the industry, but Josh Wills is the puppeteer. But, you just never know where the world's going to take you.
You never know when it's going to happen, do you? There used to be Starlight skate training, didn't there? Do you remember that, those days?
Well, they still do it.
Do they still do that 2-week training?
3 months now.
No, I mean before you even get the job. Part of the audition back then was a week, I think it was. I think it might be.
The new production out at Wembley, they do have a skate round.
I was so bad. I knocked down every single... So you went to go in and out of the cuts. I knocked down every blooming one. That's a gift in itself, isn't it?
Clever.
That's me, baby. So if you were talking about, let's say, Cats, for example.
Yeah.
We were talking about the rungs on the ladder for that. What would you say they were?
Into Cats? Well, some of it comes down to size, age, and height. The kittens tend to be the youngsters, and they are there as what we used to call slave kitties.
Oh.
They did all the dancing, didn't sing a solo, worked the hardest, but didn't get the credit.
Yeah.
And then, those kittens became the Mungo and Rump kind of, or Jemima that had a number or some solos. And then the girls became, Demeter Tantamile, Demeter Bomballerina kind of thing. And the boys became Skimble and Tugger kind of, and yeah, that kind of, it's more maturity, I guess, with most of
Yeah.
that.
But what attributes do they need to have? So say that you need a tick list. You need to be
Right.
able to do your double pirouette.
You've got to have technique.
Yeah.
There were people in our production in Hamburg that you kind of went, as with a lot of shows, but vocally they were probably phenomenal.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you give with one hand to take away with the other. It depends on where the balance needs to be. The Skimble could get away with not being as strong a dancer because they needed him vocally, whereas Mungo Jerry needed to be able to do both because he was, athletic and bouncing around like a lunatic while singing up in the rafters. But, technique, stamina for
Oh,
that show.
right.
And something else I'm probably not allowed to say these days either, but being show fit. I mean, we're all trying to be inclusive of all shapes and sizes, which is great. However, when you're in a like a unitard, there ain't no hiding nothing, hun. So for that show, I mean, I don't think we ever had anyone that was ill looking
Yeah.
or was ill with any sort of eating disorders or anything like that. But you couldn't keep weight on in that show anyway.
No, exactly.
If you're in a full-on lycra unitard with a tail and that's it, you couldn't really hide. So, I mean,
Joseph
oh
mega
my
mix with
God.
white. Oh, dear God alive.
Yeah. Well, it's like I say the same to the graduates about Mamma Mia, because that's a show that a lot of graduates want to do.
Yeah.
And everybody at the beginning of Act Two is in a bikini or a pair of Speedos.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's great that everyone has their body confidence these days. I know what I would like to see on stage.
Yeah.
And
I know
I think that's probably the majority of the audience. Someone questioned a casting director and said, someone asked the casting director, how do you feel about casting body confidence, body shapes?
Yeah.
And his reply was, well, would you want to see, who did he use as an example? Peter Kay playing Sky in Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the wrong people, but like,
No, I know.
he's
But
going to be on stage in a pair of Speedos. Do you want to see someone out of shape on stage in a pair of Speedos?
and would they be able to get through the show either?
Yeah, it really is the show fit thing. It really is that, having the stamina for 8 shows a week, or if you're going off to work on a ship and doing 2 shows a night, 6 nights a week, while also having to do your own costume maintenance, your own washing, the luxury of being on tour in town or in Germany or, on a show that's planted in one theatre, you don't do your washing. Everything
Yeah.
goes away. I mean, that's one way of being a nice person, is hanging your costumes back up.
Oh my God, isn't it?
That's one of those things. Where was I? I've gone off. Yeah, 12 shows a week doing 12 shows a week on a ship is stamina.
Yeah.
And if you're going on a ship, the whole cast is on one corridor of cabins. You're sharing a cabin with one other person and you are living in each other's pockets. It's really confined quarters. In Germany, yeah, we socialized a lot with each other, but
I don't know what you mean.
you went home to your house. You weren't living
Yes.
in the same corridor as everybody else where you can't escape. If cruising is someone's option, I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. What a way to see the world. But you are in confined quarters. I mean, you do have the privileges of walking around the ship and all that, but the person next door could be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
And you can't get away from them. You've got to learn how to cope with them.
What would be your advice for that?
I always say to my guys, I've had 2 guys fly out to do Mamma Mia this morning in Royal, is to find a deck chair on the ship that is yours.
All right.
And every day, go and sit there for half an hour just to get away from everybody. Have 30 minutes by yourself, looking at the ocean, reading a book, listen to a podcast, listen to music, but just have time by yourself.
Just for you.
Just for you. And find somewhere, when Kate and I first got married, we went and worked for Princess. And even as a married man, I went and had half an hour on the deck every night Passengers all went back to their rooms about 5:30, 6 o'clock to get ready for dinner. I went and
Mhm.
sat on the deck at 5:30.
Oh, cool.
No passengers around, or a few passengers around. So you can kind of be a bit sort of hidden. I can be stagey, you know that. But
No,
but some people are full on
a lot.
and can be too much. And
Yes.
that's, I kind of found that a little bit. So I was like, okay, I need to find a space. And I think that's really important. And even if you're working in town or you're on tour or whatever, finding that space for you for half an hour is really important.
That's brilliant advice. What about dealing with those arrogant people,
Oh,
those divas that you were talking about before?
it's called patience, which I don't have much of.
You do.
Oh no, I don't.
You
Well, I
put up with
do, but
me.
I have, yeah, but you're different. But like sometimes you just got to take a deep breath and go, don't sweat the small shit.
Just not worth it. Let them.
It's not, it is not worth it. My first job I ever did was 42nd Street
Yeah,
in Sydney, and I'm not homophobic, you know that.
I
But
know.
there are a lot of very loud, dominant gay guys in the cast.
Mm,
And one of them was rather difficult, shall we say. He would always be on parade,
yeah,
whether that be in clothes or in no clothes.
right.
And he came and rested something on my shoulder, shall we say.
Oh dear, I've heard this one before. Yes, go
Yeah.
on.
And I was like, get off. Sometimes if you don't rise to the occasion, that sounds
So
really
to
wrong.
speak.
That sounds really wrong. If you don't react to them, they'll
Yeah,
stop doing it.
that's
You know,
that's great. Yeah,
it's hard. It is hard. It's especially, look, the industry that we work in is a touchy-feely industry.
yes,
I will see you and we will have a hug. That's what,
yeah.
that's how we say hello to
Whether
each
you
other.
want one or not, Chad,
Yeah,
you're having one.
exactly. I'm going to get one anyway, whether I want it or not. But that's the kind of industry we're in. And some people don't like it, some people love it. In the old days, you would have done your quick changes in the wings for
Yeah,
Joseph in Essen
yeah,
with the boys.
yeah,
Tits out, thumbs out,
yeah,
whatever. There's a boob, there's a bum, seen it, gone, get on with it.
yeah.
These days, it's not acceptable anymore.
Right.
Separate boys, separate girls, all of that.
That must
So,
be so hard to choreograph that backstage stuff. It was bad
yeah,
enough as it was.
and then you also have to then include transitioning people or
Yeah,
gender non-binary, and it just becomes difficult.
yeah, I bet. That
Mm.
must be hard for company management to deal with, huh?
Yeah,
As a cast member, is it best to set your boundaries out? If you're not a touchy-feely person to go, oh, not today, Satan. Oh, whatever.
absolutely. If it's not you,
But is
it's
it
not you.
okay to say it's not you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
These days, I think it is. I think you
good.
can go, I'm not a hugger, and just go, I'm not. That's not me. I mean, really stupid. I've just been on holidays at the Tan,
I can
um,
tell.
and the entertainment crew had a conga line, dragged me up, shoved us all on the conga line, and there was a young girl in front of me who was probably 22, and I said to her, "Are you okay for me to put my hands on your shoulders?"
Yeah.
10 years ago, we would have just done it.
Yeah, you just went, hey, da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da, da.
yeah. We have to ask permission for everything these days, which is probably a good thing because the majority of people are honest and aren't trying to do anything inappropriate,
Yeah.
but there are some. And so I
So
guess
setting
it's,
boundaries is the way
yes,
forward.
yeah, yeah. It's just one of those, isn't it? It's just got to kind of test the waters with everybody. But if you're not a touchy-feely person, that's okay. You just need to go, no, not for me.
So going completely off piste, is
Yeah.
there such a thing now as a dancer singer, a singer dancer, as an actor singer, or have those lines been a bit more blurred recently?
It depends on what you want to do. Okay. If you're in a musical,
Yeah.
it is no longer like the old days where there was a dancing ensemble and a singing ensemble, like in the
Mm-hmm.
old Oklahoma and those sort of things. Not on your Nelly. Doesn't exist anymore. Every ensemble member, I say every, the majority of ensemble members will have a cover of a principal or a supporting role.
Right.
So they all need to be able to sing to that standard to be able to sing solo. Gone are the days of having that phenomenal dancer track. When Fosse was on in town, okay, they
Mm.
were dancers and singers, but that's 25 years ago. If you look at what's on in the West End at the moment, Hercules is singing and dancing and acting. And most of those ensemble either cover Hercules or Hades, or the girls cover the Muses, or whatever her name is, Meg. I mean, Mamma Mia. The girls either cover Sophie or her two girlfriends. So there's probably maybe one or two that mightn't have a cover.
Right.
The boys all cover. Back to the Future, all of those ensemble people. I mean, you'll see the show and you go, dancing's not much, but they're there because they have to be able to cover Marty McFly vocally.
Yeah, exactly.
Devil Wears Prada. There's some fantastic dancers in that show that aren't really dancing because it's catwalk.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be models for whatever the magazine's called, but they're all there vocally because they cover Miranda Priestley or the young girl or all of the other characters. The exception probably is the ballerinas in Phantom.
And Dance the Vampires as well.
Yeah, there's still, you're right. And the same with Tarzan. Tarzan and Dance the Vampira both have a dance ensemble and a singing ensemble. And then the cross swing that can do both.
Yeah, I love those.
The cross swing.
Those poor cross swings. I was a cross swing. Jesus, tonight, that was hard going.
Oh, God, swinging the harmonies is a hard bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I suppose if you're the vocalist, then it's doing the dance.
It's your thing. Yeah.
We do a swing program now at the Hammond. Guess who leads it? And a dance captain one as well.
Yeah. Funny that.
So, giving tips and tricks on how to do it. But what about how, booking the job as a swing? What tips would you give for that?
A lot of people diss being a swing.
I know.
And I spent my whole career as a swing and dance captain, pretty much like you,
Yeah.
You learn a lot. You've got to have a good brain for it. And it's not for everybody.
All right, that's it for another episode. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And wherever you are on your performer's path, stay safe and sane, and let your creative light shine bright on whatever you do.